Okay, well, I got disconnected, but I'm back. That's awkward and unfortunate. Just a second here. Let me all right, yeah, we're rolling. Sorry about that, guys. Um, exactly the same thing happened last time. As soon as I stop streaming because I can't reconnect, the internet comes back on just like that. What is behind me here? Why is it? Okay, this is my desk. Hold on. Maybe my camera's got. No? I have an idea. Plan B. Oops. All right. There. That looks better. Okay, cool. Man, I feel like I was like right in the middle of like kind of an important topic too. I was talking about something and completely forgot what it was. I don't know at what point the stream cut out exactly. I think it might be time to change internet service providers. I'm going to turn these back down because I don't need them on, but I will turn this up a little bit for ambiance. Yeah, it looks like I just need to spend my energy. Done just about everything else. Wow. Level 69. That's a really high team power. My guess is it's been artificially inflated and it's a poorly built team, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm entirely wrong and I get my butt kicked. But I do not see much synergy on this team. So I imagine I'll win. Oh, she resisted the buff drip. She's gone slow enough. Wait, what? Oh, no. This is from the mastery. I put her to sleep, and then the sleep wore off, and then she gave herself block debuffs. That's what happened. Yeah. What's that mastery called? The defense tree mastery. It's one of these. 30% chance of placing a block debuffs buff on this champion for 1 turn when stun, sleep, fear, true fear, freeze, petrification debuffs expire on this champion. That's what happened. Yeah, because I distinctly remembered her being asleep. So. Easy pickings, boys. Easy pickings. I really gotta. I'm very compelled by Live Arena. I know a lot of people are kind of crapping on it right now, but I think it's once the OP players get separated from the less OP players, it'll be more enjoyable. My one critique is that the time limit is 30 minutes. That's just too much. If they can like lower that to like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, I think it'd be in a much better place. I don't want to have to spend 30 minutes fighting back and forth with somebody in Live Arena. And I don't want to quit if I should have won either. Alright, we'll wait for that refresh. And then I'll jump back in my dungeons. I got a lot of energy. Maybe I tinker with Spider hard mode. Oh crap. I thought I was higher than this. Maybe not. Ah, crap. This is not that team. What is this? What? Where are my champions? Did I disconnect again? No. That was the weirdest thing. Where I've never seen that before. Okay. Let's get Venomage in here. And then I want to try a Kentum. He's not booked and he's only level 50. But I kind of want to just see how his mechanics work. I really don't know. I just want to see how this works in like slow motion. I'm not trying to win. I'm clearly going to lose 20 energy here, but I just want to witness everything in effect. So we put poisons on the boss. When the boss takes poisons, what I think is going to happen is the damage that would be dealt to the boss is dealt to the spiderlings from Akentum's passive. He's not booked right now, but has an 80% chance of inflicting damage from one poison debuff to enemies under Hex. Oh, I need a Hexer. I guess I could do this. This puts out Hex. Okay, so Big Spider has Hex. So when Big Spider gets it... Oh, I wonder if I put Poison Sensitivity if that increases the damage of his passive. It resisted, so I guess I won't know this run. And I guess I'll put Decreased Attack on the boss so we don't die. Oh, crap. I guess if he dies, I won't know. Ah, crap. Well, he's dead. That's what happens when you bring a level 50 into hard mode dungeons, I guess. Okay, so... Oh, right, because the Kentum was dead, so the passive didn't trigger. Okay, let's try this again. I have an idea. I'm going to bring in Duchess to put Perfect Veil on a Kentum. So the Duchess becomes a spider tank. Try that. I just want to see how this mechanic works. He's not booked, so the boss probably won't die. I want to save his books till CBC. Okay, so this will protect Akentum from the spiderlings. Hex needs to be out. I forgot I could have brought in Mithrala. Okay, so we got Hex on the boss. Poison sensitivity. I really want to know if that will affect the damage of Akentum's passive. Decrease attack on the boss. More poisons, I guess. So the boss is taking damage every time one of the little spiderlings go because of their poisons and Akentum's passive. The question is, I don't think it's going to be, like, he's only got an 80%. Okay, so look at that damage. That's all from Akentum's passive. That's kind of cool. Oh. So maybe I need, like, a Kymar to reset so I can protect Akentum from the spiderlings again with Duchess. More poisons, I guess. Yeah, because it's not up again. Akentum's gonna die here. Or even just a renegade. Yeah, he's gonna die. Okay. But you can see how much damage this passive did. That was crazy. And that's not even fully booked. So there was only an 80% chance. Okay. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna bring in Kymar to reset Duchess's A2 to put a perfect veil over a Kentum again. Try that. Again, I'm just toying around just to kind of get an idea for how this works. I saw Saphira's video on it and it looked really cool. Kymar puts poisons up too. Maybe I don't need Venom Mage. Oh no, decrease attack. Okay, never mind. Okay, I've got it on ×1 speed just because I don't want everything. Okay, and then I need to do Hex because it only works if the target is under Hex. Okay, it didn't work that time. Crap. Okay. Maybe I need to book them. Let's do Mithrala instead of Venom Mage, just so I can get Hex out there. Or maybe I don't need Lydia. I don't know if Weaken enhances the damage of a Kentum or not, because it's not actually dealing. It inflicts damage from one poison debuff to enemies under a Hex debuff whenever their allies receive damage from poison debuffs. What I'm wondering is if instead it's supposed to read deal damage equal to the damage dealt by a poison debuff. Because from what I remember Saf explaining is it counts as a hit. So it'll trigger masteries like War Master and stuff. So I don't think it's actually dealing poison damage, like poison damage to all the spiderlings. I think it's just dealing damage equal to the amount of damage they took from that poison. I don't know. It's not like Magic the Gathering where you can just read the card and know exactly what it does. Like reading the card in Magic explains the card. In Raid Shadow Legends, reading the skill doesn't always explain the skill because they're very inconsistent with the way they word things in this game. I'll try it again. Okay. So I think Weaken might affect it because it counts as a hit and not like poison damage. Wow. I guess that's what happens when your dude's not booked. Go ahead and reset. That's fine. Just so I have it up when I need it. Okay. I'm gonna save that because I don't need it yet. All right. So when the boss goes, so this damage is from a Kentum's passive. Okay, cool. I suspected that it did. But I did not know 100% for sure. No. Okay. Gotta use Duchess's A2 if he doesn't die. Crap, don't die. He's dead. I guess I could revive him. If I get there in time, yes. He's probably gonna be my next 6-star. Guess I'll just put these nerds to sleep. Not that it matters. Oh wow, machine gun! Did you see that machine gun? It's like cool. Yeah, I think. So I think if I 6-star him, I can make him tanky enough to not die, and I should be able to do this no problem. Okay, well now that I might have to do a little bit more tweaking to like fine tune the team. But yeah. Should be easy street once I get that figured out. Okay. Well, I'm not going to mess with it right now because he's not 6-star and I don't want to waste a bunch of energy. But it's good to know that I got it nailed down. I'll put ×2 back on. I just wanted to see if I could, like, get a good grasp on how it works. But I probably won't... Oops, sorry, I just smacked the microphone. I probably won't 6-star him until CVC. I need to book him too. His passive isn't booked right now, so there's only an 80% chance that it works the way it's supposed to. But once he's booked, I won't need to bring Mithrala for Hex. I think Akentum could do his own Hex. Or he'll be... No, I don't know. I probably still want Mithrala. Akentum's A3 is not 100% chance to land Hex. I think it's like a 60% chance on each of the 3 hits, or something like that. I'm starting to get hungry. Oh, your video's uploaded? Okay, hold on. I said we would watch this and do a react. I'm gonna go to channel. Hold on, let me get my auto battles set up, and I'll let the auto battles run in the background. What's the video called? I see. I guess I can just click videos. Is it Queen Ava Guide? Is that what you're talking about? I'm gonna wait till he gets back to me on that one. I know there's a stream delay, so yeah, okay. You don't mind if I watch it on stream? You're not gonna copyright strike my live stream? Can't be too careful these days. Yeah, it's only 43 seconds. So, I'm not super worried about that. Alright, let me click it, pause. So drag this over here. Alright, we're a React streamer now, boys. Alright, let's watch this Queen Ava guide. In quotes. Oh, I'm muted, sorry. Is that my internet or is that your PC? Okay. I figured you wouldn't. I see what you did. Okay. I'm assuming this is a joke. Because you're like, instead of Queen Ava, use Fellhound? Is that what I'm... Oh, no, you're switching. Okay. Oh, no, okay. You're... Okay, that's pretty funny. You got me. Yeah. Alright, that was a good one. Good job. I'm gonna actually... Hold on. Ah. No, go back. Where's the video? Like the video. That was the first like. Hold on. Comment. Boom. Oops. First. There you go. Suck it, nerds. I got there first. Okay, that was pretty funny. Good meme. Good meme. Yeah. I got it. It took me a second. I didn't know if you were going to switch to Queen Ava and then like show the two side by side, but no, that was a good one. I like that. Oh, hold on. I still got the audio on. I hear you clicking in the background. Okay. All right. That would have been good to upload on April Fools. But still funny. Still funny. There's another YouTuber called what's their name? Sam Solstice? I think that's what it is. Let me find it real quick. They did a Queen Ava guide that was really funny too. But theirs was serious. So if you guys haven't seen this YouTube channel, Sam Solstice, I hope they don't mind. I know they're subscribed to my channel. So Queen Ava guide featuring Hell Hades. Hopefully they won't mind. I've seen them comment on my videos, so I know they watch my videos too. Let's watch this one real quick. I'll make myself smaller. So just as a point of reference, on this was on a Hell Hades live stream, like, I don't know, maybe like a year ago. And what Hell Hades was actually just showing was Queen Ava farming campaign. And this Solstice Sam person, I don't know if they're a guy or a girl, so I don't want to assign them a gender. They took that clip and put it over their own video of showing where Queen Ava is actually really good at. So that's what's happening here. They're memeing on Hell Hades, which is kind of funny. I kind of feel bad for them, but it's, you know, when you make assertions and you're wrong, you deserve to eat crow, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna turn the volume down. Isn't that sick? I mean, his gear is obviously nuts. But you don't need like a reset champ because she resets her own skill. You clear the waves and let Septimus come in and... Hey, what's up, Sam? Actually, Sam, my clanmate, is the one who turned me on to this YouTube channel. Solstice, Sir Sam Solstice. Just watching other YouTubers' videos on my stream. You know how it goes. I know. I just thought this was a really well made and really funny video. So, if you haven't seen, here, I'll link the video in chat in the channel, so you guys can go go like and subscribe to Sam Solstice. They do a lot of really cool speedrun content. I don't know. I just thought it was really great. Anyway. Yeah, I thought that was cool too. I think their exact comment was, I've been playing this game. Yeah, they definitely commented on one of my videos, but they said something like, I've been playing this game for nearly 4 years, and I don't think there's much I could learn because my channel's name is Learn to Raid, but they enjoy my content. Something like that. It was a really nice comment. So, yeah, they do a ton of really, really cool, like, crazy speedrun stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, go check it out. Ah, cool. I'm gonna switch myself back over here. I don't know why I just like myself over here better. Zoop. Something like that. I see your Discord message, Sam. It popped up on my phone. I'm using my phone as my camera, so I don't can't reply via that. But I did okay. I'll show you my win rate after this run. I feel like I won about half my games. There's still like I made it to bronze 2. But yeah, there's still a lot of separation that needs to happen between the top players and the not top players. Flat attack. I was disappointed. I saw legendary region and I got really excited. That was savage. I'd keep it. Okay, so let's look at. Ooh. Boink, 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 boink. Nope. Boink. Yeah, I got disconnected from the stream, like midstream. So 10 wins total. So I won exactly. Excuse me. I won exactly half of my games. Yeah. Well, even once the top players rise above everybody else, your win rate in live arena is going to be very close to 50% anyway, just because once you get to where you're supposed to be as far as your account progression and skill level and stuff, you're going to be facing other people that are exactly the same level as you, and you're not going to win every match against players who are exactly the same level as you, like account wise. I don't mean like this level. I mean like the champions you have, the gear you have, and the knowledge of arena that you have. So like once you get to that point where you're playing against evenly matched players, you're not going to win every match. If it should be still very close to 50-50. And that's what MMR is supposed to do, your matchmaking rating. I don't know if it's rating or ranking, I don't know, whatever. Same thing. And I think that's a lot of people are going to have trouble adjusting to that if they've never played other PvP games before, because like in Arena, Classic Arena, and Tag Arena too, you pick and choose your battles. So like, oh, you know, like, oh, I can beat this guy, I can beat this guy, I can't beat this guy. Like, so because you're so used to being able to pick and choose, you're used to having like a 95% win rate. But in live arena, you don't know what your opponent's gonna take. You don't know what champions they have. You get matched against somebody randomly, and then I gotta make an adjustment to my camera. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, you match up against a completely random person, and you have no idea what champions they have access to, or what team they're gonna try to build. So even once the MMR settles, the dust settles and everything, you're still likely only going to have 50% win rate. I agree with your assessment. I think 30 minutes for the maximum timer is way too freaking long. I think 10 minutes is fine, or even 5 or 6 minutes. Like 6 minutes would be plenty. If you can't, like, how many? Each champion only has like 3 or 4 skills. Some of them you only have 2. How many rotations through those skills do you need to take before you can kill your opponent? If you can't kill them in like 5 or 6 minutes, you can't kill them in 10 minutes, you can't kill them in 20 minutes, you can't kill them in 30 minutes. Like the difference, there's diminishing returns after a certain point. Oh yeah. That you are correct. Once it goes live, everyone's going back down into bronze. But what I'm saying is like it's going to take time before, like, once it launches, the top players, it's going to take a while for them to separate. And then once that separation happens, you're still going to find yourself with very close to a 50% win rate. Because Raid Shadow Legends is a mobile game. There's not a lot of, like, real gamers who play Raid Shadow Legends. The majority of Raid's player base are people who don't play a lot of video games. So for the players like myself or maybe some of you guys who have a lot of experience playing like real games, you probably have a good understanding of how MMR works and stuff. But I think a lot of Raid players who may not have experience playing like Overwatch or like, I don't know, that's the main one that I've played. Or Magic the Gathering or something like that, where you have like a rank. It's very, like, if you have a higher than 50% win rate in those games, you're like a god, because that means you're matching against people who are the same skill level as you, and you're winning more than half your matches. Like 55% win rate is good. I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but the last time I made it, well, the first and only time I made it into Mythic in Magic the Gathering, I had a 68% win rate or something. Like that's nuts. That's unheard of. I was just playing a deck that I made. It was a homebrew. It was my own design. And it just performed really, really well against the metagame. And no one was expecting to play against it because it was not like a meta deck. So yeah, it was like... So stuff like that is like really uncommon. Like generally, if you're lucky, you'll have a 55% win rate. So I think a lot of people who are upset with Live Arena right now probably don't have lots of experience with games like that. And they're used to playing Raid, where you can have a 95% win rate in PvP by picking and choosing. Attack percent. Ooh. Damn. That's not bad for a 5-star. This is the only like questionable, because it's attack percentage, but I'm going to keep that one. Nice. Yeah, my one complaint so far is the 30-minute time limit. I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but like, this is an idle AFK game. The draw of the game is that you don't have to play it in order to play it. You can just let it do whatever it wants to do. And then, once it's set up, it just does itself. That's why I play it, because I work crazy hours. I have a kid. I have a wife. Like right now, my wife and kid are asleep. And today's my day off, so I can stream. But I don't have time to do this every day. So I play Raid because when I'm at work, I can set up the auto battle or the multi battle, set my phone down and do my job for a little while. And when I have a moment, I can look at my phone, collect my gear and sell what set up. The game plays itself. I can set up a clan boss key, set my phone aside, and then go do my job. It's not a big deal. So I think putting a 30-limit timer on a live PvP thing is stupid. It will force people who don't have time to sit there for 30 minutes to concede a match that they could potentially win if they stuck it out. And then the guy who just has more time on their hands could steal wins because he doesn't work a full-time job or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to take a long time for the separation to occur, for sure. Especially since, like, in bronze, the player pool will be diluted with plat arena level players, and they're going to be fighting each other too. So they might win a match, 2 or 3 matches in a row, but eventually they're going to fight each other. When that happens, one of them is going to have to lose, and they're going to downrank a little bit. And at their next match, if they fight another plat level player, they might lose again. And now they're going to be fighting like bronze tier players, you know, and it's going to take a really long time for it to equalize. It's not like normally when you have a game like this, the MMR system, the game is fresh, so nobody has like a fully fledged out account. Like when Hearthstone launched, nobody had any cards. Everyone was starting from scratch, and then the players who were good ranked up into legend, and the players who weren't stayed at like rank 20, right? And if you start Hearthstone now, they have like a new player queue where you can't even get matched against other other players until you get into like, I don't know, I'm not a new player in Hearthstone, so I don't know. I haven't played Hearthstone in years, but like they have like, you have to get to a certain rank in the new player queue before you could even play against not new players. And I think they do something similar with Magic the Gathering too, where like they have the new player queue, and after like 150 rounds or 150 games, it puts you in with the rest of the player base. Seems like a pretty good strategy, Dave. That's kind of what I try to go for too. The best thing you could do is like try to set yourself up in a position where you can't get completely hosed if your opponent bans any one pick. That's why I think Deacon is like such a great champion for live arena if you're trying to build like a go first team. I think he's going to be a top tier champion just because he is a turn meter booster and a decreased defense champion. So if they ban your turn meter booster, you still have one. If they ban your decreased defense champion, you still have one. If they ban Deacon, you still have your turn meter booster and your decreased defense champion. And if they try to ban your nuker, then you have another nuker. So like 2 nukers, Deacon, another speed boost, and a second decreased defense champion, and you should be pretty good. It's going to be really hard though if everyone uses a strategy like that. Once you get into gold, if your opponent first picks Deacon, then you can't pick Deacon too, and that's where it's really going to get interesting. Because in gold you can't take duplicate picks. So having a very fleshed out roster is going to be even more important if you can get into gold, which I don't think I will be able to, if I'm being honest. If I'm probably, it's probably going to, I think people's ranks in live arena will be very similar to their tag arena rank, because in tag arena you need 3 teams. You need a fleshed out roster. So, you know, whatever rank you are in tag arena, I would suspect that that's about where you'll land in live arena as well. So I would not be surprised to make it to silver, but I don't think I'll be able to push too much higher than that. But another thing that's interesting to think of, it might not take as long for the separation to happen for the highest of the high-end players who really like competition, like the plat level players. They might buy arena refreshes to keep. So for me, I'm not going to buy arena refreshes because I don't care about it that much. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's way more interesting and dynamic than I thought it would be, and I'm having a lot more fun with it than I thought I would have. But I'm not gonna. I don't enjoy it so much that I'm going to spend gems to buy refills. What mobile are you playing, Jack? Yeah, and Vin, I think that's going to be a struggle for a lot of early game players who kind of have all their resources dumped into a select few champions, which is rough. Like if you know, if you don't have a big roster, if your best champion gets banned, you're probably hosed. But the good news is, if you lose a lot of games, your matchmaking rating will drop and you'll get paired against other players who are in the same position as you. It will be rough at the start, for sure. %100. And with only having 10 free battles a day, it could take a while before it gets not rough. But hopefully, as I was saying before, the best of the best players we'll buy arena refresh tokens and just get the hell out of bronze, so the rest of us can play and have fun. I'm really proud of this team. I don't think it's failed yet. I managed to I don't want to say re-gear my Renegade. I redid her masteries, or I got masteries on her. And took, what's that called? Lord of Steel, which gave her like 6 more speed. So I was able to put a different banner on her. So I got an accuracy banner on her, and now I actually have enough accuracy for her to land her decreased speed buff or debuff on that A2. I'm not sure I entirely understand what you mean, Dave. I wasn't talking to any one specific person directly. I was just making like general statements. Like, oh wow. I definitely feel you there. Assassin's Reed. When I first cleared Fire Knight 20 on this account, my runs would take 7 minutes. Because I didn't have Cold Heart at the time, and I didn't have an affinity appropriate damage dealer. Like, I tried Ninja, I tried Miscreated Monster, I tried to hunt like tons of different champions in that damage dealer slot, and I just didn't have anybody. I don't really remember who I had. My team was like, I really don't remember, honestly. But it would take me like 7 minutes to clear Fire Knight 20. But I did it because I wanted the gear, because I knew the gear from Fire Knight 20 was going to help me out way more in the end game than the gear I was going to get from Dragon or any other dungeon. So once my I had enough speed on my champions to build my unkillable team, which super lucky, by the way. Demetha was the first Void Epic I pulled on this account, and I had gotten a Seeker like 2 weeks earlier, so super lucky. Like, I'm not going to deny that I got lucky on this account. But once I had enough speed to build that unkillable team, I stopped farming Dragon and started farming Fire Knight. So I have like a lot of really good regen gear and some decent Savage, nothing too crazy. I wish my Savage gear was a little better, honestly. My lethal gear is so much better than my Savage gear, it doesn't make any sense. Because I've been farming Fire Knight forever, and I've farmed Dark Fate for 2 rotations, and I have like 2.5 really good lethal sets. Yeah, I mean, you're the only one who truly knows how much your time is worth, and if it's not worth it to you to farm it, if it takes that long, I don't blame you. I don't farm a lot of dungeons, cause I don't really like farming Ice Golem, because I think it takes too long. But I was like really desperate to like really advance my account as fast as possible, and I believed that the way to do that was to just suck it up and farm Fire Knight. So I was farming 7-minute Fire Knight runs. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I think once I got Drexlar, that was kind of the turning point, because then I had like an affinity appropriate damage dealer. Drexlar was my AoE damage dealer. And then I pulled Cleopteryx from a shard really early on. Like, when I pulled Cleopteryx, I was still using Kale as like my attack-based damage dealer. Like, Drexlar and Kale were my 2 AoE damage dealers. So then, Brachus the Shifter, he was like the 2nd or 3rd legendary I pulled, which he's a cool looking champ, but he's not that great anywhere. He's not like a game changer. So I leveled him to 50. I didn't really use him for much, but once I pulled Cleopteryx, I then ranked up my Brachus to 60 to use him as my increased attack champion, so that my Cleo could nuke the waves in Fire Knight 20 and then that got my team down to like 90 seconds. So I was like so stoked that I could A, finally use my Brachus, and B, that my Fire Knight runs were only 90 seconds. It was really awesome. Also, he's got the multi-hitter for the shield. I didn't actually need the multi-hits for the shield at that point because I had a Cold Heart. It just kind of helped a little bit. Made it smoother. Like I could have done it without him, but I would have needed a different increased attack champion to allow Cleo to hit as hard as she does. And he just happened to have a multi-hitter on 2 skills. So I was like, eh. I still haven't booked him. He's the only level 60 legendary I have on my account who I haven't booked. And I only use him in Tag Arena now. Right now he's my increased attack champion for Nishak, which honestly I just need to farm more speed gear so I can get my Arbiter fast enough for Live Arena, which makes me feel like I should probably be farming Dragon. Fine, I'll farm Dragon. Ugh. I need more speed gear. I need to build my Arbiter. Because right now, my Lady Kimmy is my fastest champion. She's like 321 or something like that. And I like having her that fast for my Classic Arena daily grind because her increased accuracy allows my Nishak to land bomb debuffs on champions he probably wouldn't be able to otherwise. So for like my daily grind, Lady Kimmy is better for me than Arbiter because I don't need a decreased defense champion for Nishak. His bombs just do enough damage. So I go Kymar for my speed aura and buff strip. Secondary, Kimmy tries to strip buffs, and then Kymar will try to strip buffs. And then I use Duchess for increased attack since she doesn't attack the enemies, so she won't wake them up after Kymar does his sleepy time skill. And then Nishak just nukes everybody with his bombs. So yeah, that's the setup I like for and I use Kymar's aura as my speed lead in Arena. But Lady Kimmy's aura only works in Doom Tower, so I think it would behoove me to build my Arbiter finally after all this time. Read. I think one Ultra Nightmare chest is still better than 2 Nightmare chests. I think. Hold on. Let me fact check myself real quick before I. Because with Ultra Nightmare, you're guaranteed to get a shard or a book in every chest. That is not the case with Nightmare. I think I may have clicked on the wrong thing. Clan boss loot. Okay, hold on. This chart, I'm going to zoom in on it because it's very hard to read. Oh, that's so much better. I got Old Man Eyes. All right, let me get these multi-battles rolling, and then I'll bring up this chart. And we'll have a learning moment. Because I want to fact check myself before I just say something like that, and then... Okay. Let's zoom in one more time. One more time. Is that too much? Does it get cut off? Keep zooming in. Sorry, I got Old Man Eyes. Even with glasses, it's still kind of hard for me to see. Okay. So here are the Ultra Nightmare chests. This is Nightmare, this is Ultra Nightmare. So top chest on Nightmare has a 30.49% chance to get a shard. Ultra Nightmare has an 82% chance to get a shard. Skill Tome, you have a 15% chance to get a Skill Tome. And you have a 26.5% chance to get a Skill Tome from Ultra Nightmare. So And then shards, the exact shard. So there's a 20% chance of it being ancient, 3% chance of it being void, and 6% chance of it being sacred. Ultra Nightmare, it's 50% of ancient, 18. So what's that? 18 divided by, you're 6 times more likely to get a void shard from Ultra Nightmare, and you have almost double percent chance to get a sacred from Ultra Nightmare. And skill tomes, look at the difference in skill tomes. Hold on. So there's a 9.5% chance to get an epic. So that's not that different, but then maybe it's about the same. I think it's like 30% chance to get a shard, and then if you get a shard, these are the percentages. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. But you haven't. So like if you're after shards, you have more than, it's 30% compared to 80% to get a shard from Ultra Nightmare. So in that regard, Ultra Nightmare is much better. But if you're looking at skill tomes, you have 21% and 50%. So actually, one Ultra Nightmare chest is still better than 2 Nightmare chests. So if you can 4-key Ultra Nightmare, you'll get more shards and books by doing that. And also, I just want to say, if you can 4-key Ultra Nightmare, you need to find yourself a clan that can 4-key Ultra Nightmare and kill it every day, so you can get double Ultra Nightmare chests, because that will make your account go Super Saiyan. Like, once I got my unkillable team built, it was Haikatoon, Seeker, Marked to block the stun, Fane as my damage dealer. Hold on. Haikatoon, Seeker, Marked, Fane. Oh, and Demetha, the unkillable champion. Okay. So once I got that team built, it wasn't affinity friendly, so I couldn't hit Spirit, because Mark's block debuffs only lasted 1 turn, so I'd have to save it for the stun. But yeah, I was 2-keying Ultra Nightmare. And I got that team built at like the 4-month mark. I'm pretty sure I had that team built around the time I got my Dark Elhain. So I've been getting Sacreds and Voids and Legendary Skill Tomes, all that crap, like super early on. Like it'll change your account. For sure. So step 1, hit Ultra Nightmare. Or sorry, no, step 1, find a clan who kills Ultra Nightmare. And step 2, hit Ultra Nightmare every day. Do yourself a favor. Oh, Pokemon Unite. Okay, I think I remember seeing a commercial for that and being like kind of interested in it. That's good. I know you're very attached to your clan and your cluster, so I know you, Jack, are not going to switch clans, but I would give the same advice to anybody. If you want to progress in this game as quickly as possible, getting to Ultra Nightmare, getting a top chest or 2 from Ultra Nightmare every day is the best thing you can do for yourself. But it's not something you should stress about either. It's also one of my comments one time was like, they were super high strung about it. They were like, hey, I almost want to read their comment, but I don't want to like call them out on stream to make them feel bad. So I don't want to like bring it up, but they were like, hey, can you do like a free to play Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss guide? And I was like, well, there's plenty out there. And I even linked a couple. And they're like, well, I don't have the gear to do that. And I was like, well, then your account probably isn't ready for Ultra Nightmare. If you don't have Unkillable, the next best thing to do is a 2-1, like the Haikatoon White Whale Speed Tune. And if you don't have fast enough gear to build a 2-1 White Whale Speed Tune, you just need to farm more gear. Like, just be patient, work hard, you'll get there eventually. And they didn't want to accept that as an answer. They like lost their mind and started like trying to guilt trip me into making a super free to play Clan Boss team video. Like, it's your job as a content creator, blah, blah, blah. I was like, this isn't my job. This is a hobby. And no, it's not my job to conform to the whims of every internet stranger who turns into a Karen. I don't know. I ended up blocking them from my channel so they can't comment on my videos anymore because they were turned into a crazy person. But they were clearly very stressed out about trying to get to Ultra Nightmare as quickly as possible. And while it is the best thing you can do for your account, it's not something worth stressing over. Like, the best thing you can do is just keep farming gear, and eventually you'll get there. That's it. That's all you got to do. Like, this Deadwood Jedi himself came up with this really amazing speed tune called the Haikatoon White Whale. Sorry, you gotta exit that because it's... Okay, so I'll go to... Where's Haikatoon at? Here it is. White Whale, right here. And I'll even here. I'll link this in chat if anyone needs it. Copy. So you can go to the site and check it out yourself. The way it works, let's actually just go full screen on this, is Haikatoon uses her speed or lead to give everyone 19% more speed. And then you have a buff extender, which it doesn't have to be Sandlash Survivor. You could use Valerie, who is farmable from campaign, to extend the speed buff. So now everyone is permanently 30% faster. And what it looks like in game is this. So you can see Sandlash Survivor here, Sandlash Survivor here, 2 turns. Coffin Smasher here, Coffin Smasher here, 2 turns. Frozen Banshee, Frozen Banshee. Oh, Marked doesn't, the speed tune isn't fully in sync yet, but when you get on here, Marked has 2 turns, and then Haikatoon has 2 turns. So with these speeds, these speed tunes, this speed tune, you can go on a 2-for-1 turn ratio to the clan boss. And what that'll, if you're taking 2 turns for every 1 turn the clan boss takes, you're getting twice as many War Master hits, you're getting twice as many poisons from your Frozen Banshee. And you can see the way he's got it set up. If this was Valerie, this would be like an all rares team plus a guaranteed 30-day login reward champion. He's got Sandlash. This works just the same with Valerie. And hold on, let me... 244.8 is the base, or sorry, true speed. Now, I'm not saying if you build this team, it's too fast, I think. Let's turn off the A3. Yeah, see, it falls back into sync now. I'm not saying if you assemble these champions and build this, you will, 2-key Ultra Nightmare, but just an example of if you have a block debuff champion to block the stun. Okay, this doesn't look like it's affinity friendly because Marked only places block debuffs for 1 turn. But if you have a champion you can do it for 2 turns, then you can block the affinity debuff here, and you'll be able to block the stun. You can see block debuffs just gets put up right here by Marked, and it stays on for the stun. She also brings increased defense, which means you have to build less defense into your team. So this is like the most free-to-play Ultra Nightmare team you can get. 30-day login reward, and you can build it with rares. This is your decreased attack champion, this is your increased defense champion, and this is your poisoner. Obviously, if you have other champions who can fill multiple roles, like if you do Feign, for example, or let's do Venom Mage instead, because, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Venom Mage is a better champion for this style of team, but Feign has decreased attack, she has decreased defense, she has weaken, and she has poisons. So now your Feign is doing 4 jobs. So now you don't need a decreased attack champion. So this was the one and only thing that he was doing right here. So now you can find someone else to fill in this role. So maybe you get an Ally Protect champion in this slot. Now you have Ally Protect, which is going to give you even more. So like as your roster expands and you get more options available to you, you can upgrade this team, and eventually you will get to the point where you can 2-key, 3-key, maybe even 1-key Ultra Nightmare with this style of team. This is like the best thing you can do after Unkillable. But if you can get an Ally Protect champion into this style of team, then it's definitely the best thing you can do. I even did a account takeover for someone a while back where I built them this style of team, and they went from a 4-key to a 2-key Ultra Nightmare. But they had insane champions and really, really good gear. So I'm not saying everyone who does it is going to get a 2-key, but I think with the setup like that, you could easily 4-key Ultra Nightmare. Oh, you have Skull Crusher. That's awesome, dude. Skull Crusher, Geo, and it. Damn. With Ninja, it's going to be very hard to make a 2-1 team function because of the turn meter boost he gives himself on his A1, especially with a Skull Crusher team, because Skull Crusher does counterattack, and every time Ninja counterattacks, he's going to give himself a turn meter boost. So it'll be very difficult to speed tune, but if you can get it to work, that would be excellent. But Skull Crusher does ally protect, which is great. Yeah, I know not everyone has crazy champs, but that's why I showed that team specifically, because you can build that team with Haikatoon and 4 rares. It might not be a 1-key or a 2-key, but you can probably 4-key if your gear is good enough. And even if you don't have good gear, you can get good gear by playing the game. You just have to play the game. Just do dungeons. You'll get gear. Do faction wars. You'll get forge materials to craft perception gear. If you can't farm spider and you don't have banners for your champions, like get to level 13 in faction wars and you can farm legendary forge materials to get 5 and 6 star perception gear. I'm sure you can get to, that's the stage just before the second boss. You can do that with all rares, I'm sure. Like Kale can solo the first boss of faction wars and Dark Elves. I've done it on multiple accounts. So if you can't beat the first boss of faction wars with a team of rares and crappy epics, let me show you what I was talking about when I say level 13. I saw that. Not defense. Okay. Oh, crap. That startled me. Ooh, Defiant. Very good. Very good. Very good. Exit. I don't need that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot what I was doing. Faction Wars. So, if you can get to... So, you beat the first boss, and then you get to right here. This is where you start to unlock legendary forge materials. So if you can get to stage 13, which is the stage right before the second boss, you can start getting epic and legendary forge materials instead of rare and epic forge materials. Also, you get these glyphs, which are really nice. 3 and 4 star glyphs. No more 2 star glyphs. So try to get to here. And then you can go into the forge. And you'll farm all 5 and 6 star gears and perception. That's what I would recommend. Somebody was asking me that on Discord, what the order of operations should be and what they should focus on. I would say try to get to Gold 1 Arena, which you can do with Haikatoon, Kale, or whoever your starter champion is, War Maiden, and Spirit Host. You can get to Gold 1 with that team if you're just diligent and consistently refreshing your list. So get to Gold 1 so you can start farming your Great Hall. And Ultra Nightmare, if you can do it. If you can't get to Ultra Nightmare, you want to get to stage 20 in Dragon. You want to get to stage 20 in Spider, so you can farm Lifesteal, Speed, Accuracy, and then get accessories. So stage 20 here. And then once you have those on farm in stage 20, you know, obviously keep pushing up in Arena, keep pushing up in Clan Boss simultaneously. Then go into Doom Tower Normal and start working on Doom Tower Normal. There's energy, there's chickens, energy, chickens, silver, energy, shards, gems, silver, energy, speed glyphs, gems, energy, books, chickens, gems. Like there's a ton of really good rewards in Doom Tower. So work on Doom Tower Normal. Get the shards, get the books, get the chickens, get the energy, get the gems, get all the resources. And once you have Doom Tower Normal kind of like sorted out, then I would say go into Faction Wars and try to, at the very least, see if you can get to stage 13 in Faction Wars. To start getting these legendary forge materials and these 3 to 4 star glyphs. In my opinion, that's probably, there might be a few minor tweaks to that, but just ballpark, that's kind of where I'm sitting in terms of Demon Lord key. It resets in 1 hour. Spirit Champion. Sorry, I got distracted. That's good, man. Congrats on stage 21. Dark Elves is probably one of the easier ones because you get Vizix and Mithrala, but still, it's still not super easy. You still have to build your champions well. What was I doing? Sorry, I just get so distracted so easily. 3 class. Okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. Yeah, too many clicks. All right, let's see if I can queue up a few matches here. I don't like Nekret. That's his name. I can probably beat this guy. Hey, thanks, Darius. I like it so far. It there's a lot of metagaming in terms of like trying to outthink your opponent when you're building your team, responding to the champions they're choosing. It's fun and challenging in that regard. I don't like that there's a 30-minute I don't like that the max timer is set to 30 minutes. I think it'd be just fine at like 5 or 6 minutes. I think once you get to a certain point, like neither player can win and it's fine. Just end it after like 5 or 6 minutes. There's no need for it to be 30 minutes. That's ridiculous. Other than that, I'm really enjoying it. I thought it was really fun. Out of the 20 matches, I've won 10, which is about right for a MMR-based system. 50% win rate is what you should be expecting. Maybe slightly higher. But, you know, I honestly don't like that it's only open for a couple hours a day. That seems weird to me. Like when they explained why, I understand their reasoning. Like I understood what they're saying, but I disagree with it. Like if they want to just have it for limited time windows during the beta test thing that they're doing, like that's fine. But I think once it goes live, it should just. Or what they could do, instead of limiting how many matches you can do every day, just don't limit how many matches you can do every day. Then you wouldn't have to worry about the queue times. Just let us play the game. Who would have thought that would have been the right solution? Just let us play the game. Just make it so it doesn't cost a resource. And players who want to do it can do it for fun. Wouldn't that be crazy? Then you wouldn't have to worry about queue times because players wouldn't have a limited resource. Maybe I'm just talking crazy. Yeah, you know what? That's crazy. Raid Shadow Legends doesn't have enough ways to monetize their game. They need us to spend gems if we want to keep playing live arena. It's obviously sarcasm. Just in case anyone was curious. Yeah, that would have been crazy, right? Let us have a game mode that we can play as much as we'd like without being restricted to a resource. Then you wouldn't have to worry about queue times. Because then when my energy was done, my arena tokens were done, my tag arena was done, my faction war keys were spent, I did my clan boss keys. Once everything was done and I didn't have anything left to do, instead of exiting Raid Shadow Legends to play another game or see if my clanmates are on Discord or whatever, I could just go in and play live arena as much as I wanted for fun. Wouldn't that be crazy? Maybe I'm talking crazy. I don't know. And then it could just be open all the time because people could just play it whenever they wanted. Because it is a really fun game mode. I like the mind games. I like the strategy. It's one of the few areas of the game where I feel like it forces me to think about what I'm doing. But heaven forbid they give us something for free. They've only made $1 billion off Raid, so they need to keep putting the squeeze on us. They gotta make their money. Attack percentage with crit rate and crit damage, with a mythic roll on crit damage. I wish these had speed. I'll keep it for now, I guess. I don't know. Like it's destroy set though, so it's like, who am I gonna put this on? Not my Armiger. I'll keep it just to see how it rolls. It's probably gonna roll like crap. They have to limit how fast you can build a new Great Hall. Yeah. I guess. Or maybe let me see, what would be a way around that? Maybe make it so you only earn Great Hall, what are they called? Crests? Is that what they're calling them? Crests? Make it so you can only earn like 10 crests a day, and problem solved. And you can just play for fun. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. I forgot about the gear set. Yeah, I mean, there's ways that they can just limit it. How many points you could earn towards rewards a day. It's not that hard. That's all they'd have to do. Like, only your first 10 wins every day count towards progress towards something, and then you could just play for free and play for fun. That's what they do in other games. Like, if you log into Magic the Gathering Arena right now, you have quests, and once you complete your quests, you no longer earn gold for the day. You can just play for fun. For free. You just play until you don't want to play anymore. You log in and you play until you're content with the amount of Magic the Gathering you've played that day. It's crazy. It's a crazy system, I know. And you have like weekly wins, and you can win. You get like small rewards for winning up to like 15 games a day, but then you can just play for free. Like once you hit the reward caps, you just keep playing for fun. Who would have thought that? I don't know. Like, there are ways that they could have done it. They just did not want to put the effort into doing it. They would rather try to make us pay money to keep playing. I mean, you can earn gems in a game for free, but that's not what I want to spend my gems on. It's not that fun. You know? Like, I do enjoy it, and I would play it more if I had more tokens. I'm sad when my tokens are gone, but they know that. They want me to buy more tokens. I'm not going to. That's the beauty of Magic the Gathering, is like anyone can get into it as long as you have a friend that's got a deck that they can let you borrow. Okay. Tangent time. Hold on. Story time. So this deck right here, this isn't the original first deck I ever owned, but it is I don't want to say a replica. It's sorry, it's reversed. This deck right here, Heavy Hitters Core Set 8th edition. Is that what it is? It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure it's 8th edition. Yeah, it's 8th edition. So Core Set 8th edition, this Heavy Hitters deck was the first deck I ever owned. My brother gave me his deck so I could play with him together. Now this isn't those exact cards. Those original cards have been lost into the aether, but I saw this for sale at a card shop, so I bought it for myself. An additional copy of this deck. So while this isn't the exact, I have green card sleeves too, so you can't see them on my green screen. But yeah, I've got my 8th edition core set heavy hitters pre-constructed deck all sleeved up. I keep it as a I don't know. It makes me feel good to have it. Sentimental reasons. Yeah, the Hunted Wumpus. I thought that card was so OP. 4 mana 6/6. Hell yeah, dude. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so if you have a friend who plays and they've got extra decks, it looks so cool with the green screen. If they have a deck you can borrow, it's the barrier to entry for Magic the Gathering is really low. That's how I got into it. My brother had an extra deck and he gave it to me. And that's why ramp decks are my favorite decks. That's how I got started in the game. But that I was talking about it earlier, how I got to Mythic in Magic Arena. I was playing historic format and I made a. Sorry if that was loud. I made a Temur ramp deck, and it did the trick. It got me there. I was using Genesis Ultimatum is like what the deck was built around. Obviously other cards were in it, but like Genesis Ultimatum was a card that like made me gravitate towards Temur, those colors specifically. But the deck was built so I can cast it on turn 4. So if I happen to do that, I'd usually win the game. I don't know if any of you guys know what I'm talking about, but if you do, you get it. Pot of Greed. I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh, but I know that Pot of Greed draws 2 cards. That's all I know. Yeah, there are a lot of keywords in Magic the Gathering. And if you want to get into it in a competitive sense, the barrier to entry is a little higher because it can be very expensive to play. But you can play for free on Magic Arena. And you can play all day if you want. You don't have to pay to queue up and play a game of Magic. That's the point I was getting at, and I got sidetracked. They let you play the game. If you want to buy cards, you can buy cards or packs the same way you open shards in Raid. But yeah, you can just play all day long if you want. I could open the game and just play for hours if I wanted to. They don't make me pay to queue up in a game for a constructed ladder. I mean, you have to pay to do draft and other events, but they do have a free mode that you can just play all day long for free. It would be nice if Raid had something like that, you know, like Live Arena. Wouldn't have to be Live Arena. But if there was just a game mode that I could just play and it didn't cost me a resource every time I wanted to play it, I guarantee you their playtime metrics would go up because people would have something to do once they're out of energy and tokens and keys and whatever. Oh, okay. I never watched the anime. I've seen the anime, but I've never like watched it, if that makes sense. I'm aware that it exists and I have seen episodes, but I never got into it. I tried once as an adult and I was like, yeah, maybe if I was 12 I'd be super into this, but I can't watch this right now. And plus I never played the game, so I didn't have that like emotional connection. The Magic shop where I played Magic, they did Yu-Gi-Oh events, so I knew a lot of people who played Yu-Gi-Oh just by proxy because we played at the same store. And I actually work with one of them, not directly, but we work at the same place. Like I work for the Ford Motor Company on the assembly line. So it's, you know, there's like 7,000 people that work there. So just saying I work with a guy. Oh, sweet. Cardinal tried to revive, and Lydia's passive blocked it. Sorry. Yeah, so but he works on the transit side and I work on the truck side, but we have the same job classification. We're both block standers. But yeah, he used to work at the shop. He also played both Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know why I'm telling you this. None of it matters, but yeah, I don't know. I miss playing Magic. Once I got married, I moved to a different city, and here there's nowhere to play Magic. So I kind of just don't anymore. Like when I get burnt out on Raid and I'm taking a break from the game, I'll play Arena for a little while until I'm ready to like get back into Magic. This run might fail. Maybe not. I should have her revive coming up on the next turn. She revives Venomage, I should be okay. Hell yeah. If you have a single target reviver, and you want to make sure they prioritize reviving certain champions over others, what you do is whoever you want your highest priority revive target to be, put them the highest in the team order. So for me, I have Mithrala, then Venomage. I probably need to change it actually and switch Seer and Lydia. It hasn't been an issue, but now that I see that it could potentially be an issue, I want to change it. Wait, get out of here, bro. What? No one's talking to you, Forge Pass. You weren't invited to this party. Okay. So what I was saying is, if you have a single target reviver, and you want to ensure that the highest priority targets are the actual priority targets, it goes by team order. So in this, because you saw when my Seer and my Venomage were both dead, she revived the Venomage, because I have her higher in the team order. I want to switch these two to make sure that Seer is the lowest priority when we get to the boss, because I actually have Seer's A3 turned off on the boss. Oops. So I want to switch. Oop, why do I keep doing that? I don't know why I'm doing that. It's obviously not the right button. Switch these. Yes. Okay. This is priority 1. This is priority 2. And Lydia's next. And then Seer. First choice. First choice. Don't use. And then Lydia, we say don't use your A3. Because that is your first choice for the final boss. Yeah, that's fine. Everything else is the same, I think. Yeah, so that's how that works. If you ever want to make sure, like if you have Seal of the Drakes or something and you want to make sure that she always revives one person or the other, if multiple people die, you just put them in the team order that you prioritize them getting revived in. A little quick tip for you guys. Yes, that is true. So you see right here, she gave herself the veil. That's because everyone had equal HP. The same thing applies. Yeah, it's just like the revive order. It goes by team order. So like right now she has veil because everyone was at 100% HP. So she had to put veil on someone who was the lowest. It goes in team order. So next it will probably be my Seer right here. After Elva gets her next turn. She actually has lower HP. But when everyone was equal, see, now she's got perfect veil. Yeah, if everyone is equal, it goes in team order. So if Elva wasn't my aura lead, the veil would go on whoever was. So like if I was using Venomage for her accuracy aura, or I guess Mithrala would be a better example. If I was using Mithrala for her accuracy aura, and then Mithrala or Elva was last in the team order, the veil would go on Mithrala. But I'm using Elva as my aura lead. So she veils herself if everyone has the same HP percentage. Yes, that is correct. Very good. Thank you for mentioning that. It's very topical on subject. Yeah, so if you ever have like a thing where it's like, do this thing to a champion and everything's equal, it goes by team order. So that's why I reordered the team order for the revive priority. Because on auto, like I want to make sure that Lydia gets revived before Seer. And this is my main damage deal. Maybe I should even switch these. Like when at the end of the run, you'll see that Mithrala does more damage than anyone else. I turned off Mithrala's A2, so she's not putting Hex on the boss. So she just does A1, A1, then A3. because I like her to put up the shield, and I like her to put up strengthen. But she's just putting out tons of poisons. She actually outdamages Seer. Kind of crazy. Oh, yeah. I saw the video too. I just happened to know it just because I've been playing Raid for a while and it's come up a few times. I'm not trying to say like I know more than Saf. Like obviously Saphir is like probably the most knowledgeable Raid player in Raid Shadow Legends, period. But it's just something that I've known and noticed. I when my runs are going on auto, I pay attention and I watch them to try to find like notice patterns like that. So look at Mithrala's damage, 6.8 million compared to Seer 3.3 million. So Seer killed the waves, but Mithrala killed the boss. Yeah, I also noticed that when I was building my my clan boss team, I noticed that Elva would always veil herself if everyone had full HP. And same thing with the, okay, so when she does her A1, the same thing applies. When she uses her A1, she'll place a continuous heal buff on the champion with the lowest HP. If everyone has 100% HP, it goes in team order. So again, if I was using Mithrala as my aura lead and Elva was at the back, her continuous heal would go on to Mithrala if everyone had 100% HP. Same thing. I think there's a few other champions who do that as well. There's a Jizzo, the 7-day login reward champion. He puts a shield and a counterattack buff on a random ally, is what it says. But it goes by, it's the same thing, it goes by team order. Or if someone is low HP and they need the shield more, he'll prioritize the member of your team who has the lowest HP. But if everyone's even, he puts it on the leader or whoever's highest in team order. No one's ever played a Jizzo, so nobody knows that. That's how that mechanic works, I'm pretty sure. It's something like that. I tried to make a, on the first account, this isn't my first account. When I first got into Raid, I tried to make a, what's her name? Sister Militant, my spider tank. And I was trying to make it so Jizzo would put his counterattack buff on Sister Militant, and I had to put her in the lead or a spot to get him to target her all the time. But then once Sister Militant got the counterattack buff, the Spiderlings wouldn't attack her because I didn't know about AI targeting at the time. I was still kind of learning the game. Obviously, now that I know more about the game, I know that the Spiderlings won't attack anyone with counterattack, but I didn't, you know. So I 6-starred a Sister Militant, and then my strategy didn't work. That one hurt a lot. Yeah. So you live and you learn. Now I know not to 6-star a Sister Militant for a counterattack strategy with Jizzo. That was a hard lesson. But we learned it. And that's what matters. And now I can impart that wisdom onto you guys. Don't 6-star Sister Militant. I'm trying to remember why. I think it was because I even gave her masteries because I wanted her War Master hits to hit the boss. And I guess I had her in lifesteal, so she would heal up every time she counterattacked when the Spiderlings attacked her, so she would never die. Like that was my plan. That's why I did that. But it didn't work. That was a big whoopsie. Yeah, I don't know. It's a big part of the reason why I love this game. Like, there's so many intricacies and small little details like that it's impossible to know, and you're constantly learning and growing. I just wish the game wasn't so punishing to people who want to experiment like that. Like, if it wasn't so hard to like max out a champion, there would be more experimentation in the game, and I think we would probably know more about the game, about those tiny little niche interactions. But unfortunately, it just takes so much resources to build a champion and get their masteries and all that stuff. So nobody wants to be the one to experiment and try something they get on YouTube and see if anyone's ever done it before and try to find a guy. You know, I don't blame people for doing that. But for me, I like to experiment. I like to tinker. I like to try things out. It's, you know, it's the Magic the Gathering player in me. You know, I always like to experiment with cards and build decks and test things. I think I vaguely recall recommending Daywalker as a potential option for you for that Doom Tower secret room. But I do remember the disclaimer that I don't know if he actually hits hard. But it could be an option. That one's partially on me. But I feel like I did clarify that he might not work as well as I thought he might. I'm glad you tried it though, so now I don't have to. Oh, dude, don't even get me started on that Hydra nonsense, bro. Like, what used to be a full auto Hydra team for hard did like 3 million damage. So I had to use my brutal team on hard just to get a chest from hard this week. I'm really pissed about it. I wasn't gonna make a full-on rant video. I think Saphira made the point very clear, and he did a good job with his, so I'm not gonna do one myself. But yeah, I'm not pleased with that change or that bug fix. It's very unintuitive. Like, if you haven't seen Saphira's video on it, he did a really good job explaining, like, if you overheal with like an enemy max HP champion because of leech or lifesteal, overhealing still counts towards the max HP that gets destroyed on you, which is ridiculous. Because when you heal somebody with Miracle Heal, Miracle Heal doesn't restore additional destroyed HP for overhealing. It's really stupid. And Miracle Heal is the only mechanic in the game that helps you restore destroyed max HP. So the one mechanic in the game that could help us overcome this new bug fix isn't strong enough to counteract the mechanic itself. That's really stupid. Sorry, just reading your comment. Yeah, Head of Mischief will steal your buffs. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I almost did that too. A clanmate warned me. Like, I hadn't touched Hydra not like for anything ever because I hate Hydra, and I was still like progressing through a lot of other content when Hydra was released on this account. Like, I was still trying to like get level 20 dungeons settled and get my Doom Tower normal figured out, and I didn't even like really put any serious attention into Hydra until I cleared Doom Tower hard. Then I was kind of like, okay, I'll start looking at this a little bit, but I still wanted to clear Faction Wars. Like, that was my #1 priority. So now that I've cleared Faction Wars, I'm starting to look at Hydra a little bit. But now I'm just like, well, screw it, man. If I can't, what's the point? Now it's like impossible. Unless you can kill Head of Decay before he destroys your max HP, you're hosed. And I'm pretty sure Head of Decay is in every rotation, except for maybe one. I could be wrong about that. Feel free to correct me. But he's in most rotations. So if you don't have an answer or a way around Head of Decay, you're just not going to get a chest that week. And again, the one mechanic that's been put in the game specifically to allow players to counter the mechanic that hoses you doesn't even work as effectively as the mechanic that it's meant to counter. Like, so it digs you into this hole that you can never get out of. It's really stupid. And hopefully this bug fix is not working as they intended and they have to fix it again. But I'm trying to think of a way to word this that makes sense. Once you give somebody something, You can't take it away. I mean, you can, but they're going to be pissed that you took it away from them. So people will have, and people have been farming Hydra now it's been out for like over a year. And people have been doing it the way it's been going on for over a year. And now you're taking it away from them? It's not like it was released like that and they fixed it in the first week. You know, it's been like this for over a year. You can't just take away everyone's rewards that they've been accustomed to getting. It's like you're punishing the players for no reason. It's like, you're grounded, I'm taking this away. What'd I do? Absolutely nothing. Oh, okay. Sorry, Mom. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'll just not farm Hydra. I don't care. And then I'm gonna end up getting that advanced quest. I haven't gotten that advanced quest to farm Hydra in like 2 weeks. I've been lucky enough that it's been letting me put it off until the weekend where I actually have time to do it. But yeah, it's very hard for me to do at work. And I used to have a team that could do hard on full auto. But now it doesn't work on full auto anymore, so I don't know. And it's a bummer too, because I'm trying to like get my Seer fully ascended to 6-star. I have enough to get her 5-star. Right now, it costs 35 to upgrade an epic to 5-star. So as soon as it pops up in the market, I'll have enough to buy it. But then it costs 100 of this tier 2 essence, the big essence, immortal essence, I think is what it's called. Oh, eternal, sorry. I need 100 of these to get her to 6-star, which means I'm gonna have to start buying these so that when I open these, I can get these, and once I've got these, then I can buy these. See how convoluted and stupid that is? But in order to get these, I need these coins, these gold coins. And in order to get these gold coins, I need to open these stones so I can get these coins here. In order to get these stones, I need to farm Hydra. So yeah. It's stupid. It's stupid and I hate it. Yeah, everyone who's already got Mithrala is probably doing okay, but everyone who's like doesn't, like, that's just a slap in the face. And I think that's the key. Low key. Because guess who's probably in everybody's hard mode Dragon 10 team? If I take Mithrala out of this team, my success rate plummets. I'll show you. I might win 1 or 2, but like if I put Kymar in here to reset Seer, I clear the waves faster, but then I'm less. I don't need this on the boss. Let's say don't use. Like I can win with this setup, but it's not consistent. I fail every now and then. But the shield and the strengthen and the poisons make her so good for this dungeon. And I think Plarium is looking at their numbers and they're seeing that people are farming 10 mode hard and everyone's got Mithrala in their team. So it's like, oh, we should probably do something about that. This content is too easy. We got to make Hydra harder. What can we do? Let's fix that bug that we never got around to fixing a year ago out of the blue. So people can't get Mithrala. I mean, like I said, I might win, but sometimes look at that. Without that shield from Mithrala, bro. It's pretty nasty. Seer didn't die on the second attack last time. And look at Venomage and look at their HP. Without that shield, they're just taking too much damage. It's sketchy. Also, Mithrala has a cleanse on a 3-turn cooldown to cleanse the poisons off and the weaken. Look how low everyone's HP is compared to how it's been like the last few runs. Look how sketchy that is. It's so much harder without Mithrala. Like if decreased attack from Venomage gets resisted, or if block buffs from Lydia gets resisted and he gets to put the increased attack on himself, I probably lose. I don't have decreased, oh, okay, there's decreased attack. But if I get like 3%ed on one of those two skills, or both of them, heaven forbid, I 100% fail the run. That's how tight it is without Mithrala. She's like such a safety net, dude. Yeah, like I said, I can do it, but you saw the difference in everyone's HP. Or maybe you didn't. Let's put Mithrala back in. You can see the difference when I get to the boss. Yeah, it's a quick setup for AI real quick. Don't use opener. Because Venomage's A2 will only place decrease attack if the target is under poison. So in order to get the decrease attack out, I need Mithrala to open with her A1 on the boss. And then, oh, right, yeah, okay. So that should be good. Yes, I know there's a stream delay. I'm seeing your comment now about the cleanse, but yeah. You probably typed that before the delay. I said it. Yeah, the cleanse is huge too. Such a clutch champion. I mean, my runs take like 20 or 30 seconds longer, but it's 100% with Mithrala. It's not 100% with Kymar. Lydia is so good too, man. The block debuffs and the poison sensitivity. Lydia is really good for this boss too. I need to do a guide on Lydia and talk about how, like, what a great, like, how significant she's been on my account since I've pulled her. Dang, dude, that's a big drop off. That's what I'm talking about. 12 million on normal, and now you do 5 to 6. That's so crazy. Yeah, my normal team is just kind of like my leftover crap. But normally I could just like get like 3 to 5 million just with random champs that aren't like speed tuned or anything. And then like it's done. It's whatever. It took me like 2 or 3 tries just to get the bottom chest, which is like 1.6 million. Normally it's not that hard for me. And then my full auto hard team got like 3 million. I was like, what the hell? This is stupid. Then I had to use my brutal team just to get the hard chest, because I figured, like, I can't even get the hard chest. I'm not going to get a brutal chest. I might as well just put both keys in on hard. Sorry, the microphone is... I moved it over here because I was reacting to that video. And now I'm talking to chat, so I got to move it back over here so I could talk into a microphone while I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, that sucks that they moved the goalpost for you. Like, you're halfway there and now it's gonna be that much harder. But yeah, she's just so good. And she's gonna be really good in live arena too. I'm gonna check on arena real quick, speaking of my classic arena. I'm pretty sure I got tokens. Yeah. And yep, Dunsies. Now, his passive gives him 40% damage reduction. I've actually had a, what's his name, Candrafon survive getting double bombed by my Nishak before. I was like, what the crap? What? No. I was legitimately scared and confused. I was like, how did he survive? And I remembered he's got 40% damage reduction on his passive. I was like, oh. Dang. That's a well-built Candrafon. I almost lost to a one-man team. I was like, not like this. So, something to watch out for. You mentioned Mithralla's resist, which is definitely a huge factor in her kit. But in Dragon, the stun that he does on his Scorch can't be resisted. At least I don't think it can. I've never seen it get resisted before. Even on like lower stages. It's either block debuffs or you get stunned. But it's good for the poisons for sure. But the stun is either you get it, yeah, you get block debuffs or you don't. Can I beat this team? Probably. We're not going to start on auto. Whenever I see a Leorius team, I always open with Kimmy's A2. So I can strip the debuff, the unkillable buff off, I mean. No, don't die. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we saved Kaimar's too. So this will only strip one buff. Okay, we got the unkillable. I was going to say, even if he didn't, we can just do that. My Nishak, he's so tender. Delicate, my delicate boy. This is what right when I disconnected from when I was streaming earlier, this is exactly what I was talking about when I said your go second teams need speed too. You still need to take turns in order to win arena matches. These guys haven't taken it. The Seal of the Drakes hasn't gone yet, and this is my Nishak's second time going around. My Lady Kimmy's gone 3 times. My Duchess has gone 3 times. This Seal of the Drakes hasn't gone once. Like, I understand that if you have a go second team, you want to build your champions tanky, but you need to take turns to win games. My Nishak died, got revived, and now he's attacking again against this team. You need to build speed into your champions. You can't just sit there and take punches like that. I don't know why I keep clicking on that. I already know I did my quests. I just see the red dot and I click it. Yeah, Seers. Yeah, for sure. Are you talking about Live Arena? I assume that's what you're talking about. But yeah, he's a great champ because like he can function as a go first champion as a speed booster, but he can also function as like a go second champ because of his passive. That's a really good point. I didn't think about Seeker. My mind went straight to Deacon because he's like the one guy that does it all. Yeah, I mean your Sifu is already pretty fast if I recall correctly. She's like 300 speed or so, right? I mean that's fast enough. Oh, it might not be like fast enough to like. It's a good speed though. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like your Sifu's slow. Oh, excuse me. As soon as Clan Boss resets, I'm gonna get my Clan Boss key in, and I think that's gonna be all she wrote for the evening. Cause I'm getting tired. I don't want to be sitting here yawning on stream, and I have to get my daughter up and start getting her ready for school in about an hour and a half. And I've pretty much spent all my resources in game, so that I don't really have anything left to do anyway. Yeah. It's kind of interesting that it came up because that was exactly the tangent I was going on as I got disconnected last time. I was talking about building your tanky go second teams with speed and how you can't just sit there. Like, you can be a brick wall, but I've got a wrecking ball on my team, and if I slam my wrecking ball into your brick wall enough, eventually your brick wall is going to come tumbling down. You have to take turns to win games. Like, my Duchess is in speed boots. My Mithrala is in speed boots. My Walking Tomb Drang is in speed boots. My Elva Autumnborn is in speed boots. Because I want her to go fast. I want them to take turns. Now, there's some exceptions to that rule. Like, if you have 14 billion resistance and like full stone skin, sure, you can just sit there and take all the hits, right? But like, for the average player who has normal gear on their account and doesn't have infinite resistance with 2 turns of stone skin, you actually have to go into, and eventually, I mean, if you're so slow, eventually, if your opponent's so much faster, eventually they can break your stone skin. I've broken people's stone skin before, just by dealing sheer damage to it. It's possible. So you still need some speed, or you're just gonna sit there like a turd and get squashed. Oh, that's right. Okay, well, yeah, definitely. If you can get your Sifi as fast as your Arbiter, you'll be set, man. It's kind of cool. My Seer killed someone who had what's that debuff? Petrification, it looked like. So their damage, my Seer's damage was reduced by 60%, but she still killed the person with. Man, my Seer is stacked, bro. Yeah, I don't ever use RSL Helper. I know it's a great tool, and I'm sure a lot of people love it. But I'm a very fidgety person. I like doing the clicks and doing the things myself. If I had an app that did it for me, I guess I just wouldn't see the point in playing the game at all. I enjoy. I mean, obviously it's on auto right now, but I still keep a close eye on my. Ooh, crap! I guess I failed to run. I guess this team isn't foolproof or fail-proof. That's the first time this team has failed. Wow. I wonder what happened. I wasn't watching. I was talking to chat. I was just talking about how I like to watch my runs. But I was too busy talking to chat that time. Normally I would have seen what the problem was. Now I'm going to watch it like a hawk. Yeah, Seer is definitely OP. She's even better when you get Lydia. Sorry, I'm yawning again. Yeah, that's true. But again, like, when I'm farming campaign, I like to... It just gives me something to fidget with, you know? Especially if I'm at work, and it's just like... I do paint repair, so I'm not on the main assembly line. And if there's nothing that needs to be repaired, then I don't have any work to do. So I can sit down on my chair and play Raid Shadow Legends. So what I'll do is, fidgeting with the game gives me something to do when I'm bored at work. So if I had something like doing it for me, then I'm like it takes away the fidgeting thing that I lose my fidgety thing. I couldn't use RSL Helper on my phone anyway, but gotta restock those mystery shards. That's right. just in case. Yeah, if I had 10,000 mystery shards, I definitely would have got Michinaki. But I didn't. So I didn't. And don't get me wrong, Michinaki's great. I just have plenty of damage dealers on my account already. He may have helped me in Hydra, but I don't really care about Hydra. Like, the only reason I'm even farming Hydra is so I can get the soul stones, so I can try to get my Seer 6-star awakened sooner. Literally the only reason I even touch Hydra. Other than on the days where I get the quest, I need to do it so I can get my energy refill. But yeah, those are the two reasons, I guess. Ooh, congrats on Taragi. Wait, so you have Skull Crusher and Taragi? You can probably make a really nice double ally protect clan boss team. Well, I'm out of energy, at least for hard mode. Clan boss should be resetting soon. Live arena is live again, but I don't have any more tokens. Gotta wait 13 hours. My butt's falling asleep from sitting in this chair. Now this is something that bothers me. Yesterday this was overflowing, so I know that this chest is here and I can claim it. But it's not letting me claim it. So if I click check in right now, I'll forget to come back and claim this later. For whatever reason, it doesn't update right away. So I've probably missed hundreds of these because of this. I'm always online and I'm always playing at this time of the day. So when I click check in and then don't see that glowing, I don't ever come back. So what I forced myself to do is not click check in until after I do my clan boss key. Because by the time my clan boss key is done, that will be refreshed, and I guarantee you that we'll see that chest lit up and I'll be able to get something. So I'm gonna read your. I don't normally read the comments out loud because I have dyslexia and I stumble over the words. And I get, but in case anyone's watching the stream replay and they don't have live chat turned on, they won't be able to see that. So I'm gonna read it. Dave says, "Send the fail screenshot to Plarium so they know they can make Mythrala not impossible to get." That's very funny. Yes, I should have done. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have done it. There we go. Clan boss reset. Let me check the clan check-in thing. Do I have this? Nope, not yet. I swear that was full yesterday. So I should have. Maybe I don't. I might be misremembering. Normally I hit hard too, but I overslept today and didn't get my key in on time. And I knew if I would have. Ooh. Speed, defense percentage, HP percentage in Immortal. That is a good piece. I will keep that one. Not bad from Brutal. And normally I do hard too, but I overslept today. And I didn't get my key in on time. And I knew if I used my key when I woke up, it would throw off the spawn timers of my keys in a unfavorable manner, I guess. I don't know. So I only used 3 keys today. Ooh. Ooh. HP percentage with speed. I really wish there was like resistance and defense percentage in here, but I think I have like 2, maybe 3 HP percentage immortal set pieces with speed in the substats. So I'm absolutely keeping this. I don't know if you could tell by my ooh, but I was very excited for that one. Speed, crit damage, crit rate, accuracy. Today was a good day for Clan Boss. I actually got some good usable gear. Nice. 6-star too. Hell yeah, dude. I got some shards. I got a void shard and an ancient shard. Legendary book and some good gear. Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Like, that wasn't like a god tier immortal piece. but it's definitely something my account needs. I'm severely lacking in HP percentage, gloves, and chest piece with speed in the substats for Immortal. For whatever reason, those things have just eluded me. So hopefully I can roll like double or triple speed on that bad boy. And then when I level to 16, I get like defense percentage or resistance on the final slot. I want more like gear that I could use to build solo champions. Because right now, like my walking Tomb Drang is like he's got good resistance and HP and defense and speed and all that stuff, but there's no accuracy in that gear. So I couldn't just like put that on a different champion. And my Tyrant, who can solo Spider, Dragon, and Ice Golem 20, he's in Lifesteal. I need like regen and Immortal gear that has like speed, resistance, and accuracy. So if I pull like I don't know, some other champion who can solo stuff, I can build them to do that. I'm really excited for the HP percentage chest piece with speed. The other substats were kind of meh, but like I got high hopes for how that rolls. My hopes will probably be dashed as, you know, they'll be burned to the ground and Plarium will spit on their ashes. But it's nice to know that they're there in the meantime. Sorry about the disconnect earlier, by the way. Man, that's the second time that's happened like in a month, where I was like midstream and my internet went out. Subterragi for rear guard. Do you have another decreased defense champion? Because if you do, I think that would be a good substitute. Because while rearguard does put heals on everybody except for herself, Taragi puts a shield on everybody, including himself. So rearguard kind of heals with her A2, but it's not like a huge heal. So I think Taragi has more self-sustain than rearguard sergeant, which is important if he's the ally protect champion and clan boss. He's going to be taking the brunt of the damage. Oh, you have ninja. Oh, I forgot you had ninja. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that would be a great upgrade for you. The extra poisons, because like rearguard has decreased attack, but it's a 3-turn cooldown and it's like a 75% chance to land, so it's not even like guaranteed. And then Taragi's got the decreased attack on his A1, and you said you have Skull Crusher, right? So you're going to be counterattacking. You're going to get way more opportunities to land that decreased attack if it gets resisted or if you don't land it, yeah. Taragi should be a big upgrade for you over rearguard. And because he does that shield, if you can get him in, like when your gear's good enough to build a 2-1 team, you can get it so that because his shield's on a 3-turn cooldown, you can get it so he refreshes the shield before each AoE. So like your team is constantly getting a fresh shield for the big AoE hit. Or maybe he just shields himself. I don't remember. I've only used my Taragi in Faction Wars. I might have got that wrong. At the very least, he shields himself. Whereas rearguard puts a continuous heal on your entire team except for herself. So she doesn't have any self-sustain. When Taragi does. He'll help keep himself alive a little bit better. Also, you get the poisons from his passive. But I think once you're ready to do like a 2-1 speed tune, you might have to cut ninja for speed tuning purposes, which probably sucks. Especially if you're using counterattacks with like Skull Crusher. It's gonna make it really hard. But, I don't know. Maybe not. There might be a way to figure it out. That's what the clan boss calculator's for. From what I understand, this particular speed tune will function even if Ninja doesn't get the turn meter boost on his A1. Or is supposed to. So you were farming food for Gembo to replace Skull Crown. So you're saying rank up Taragi instead of... I guess it just depends. Like... Before you do that, actually, I want to make a video about this resource. I haven't got around to it yet because, again, every time I make a guide, I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. And even then, still sometimes I make a mistake. But so this website right here, I'll post it in chat. It's called ING or ING. I don't know how you pronounce it. He's another YouTuber. He made a tool called here, I'll show you on screen. Bring my microphone back over here. Let me click English. Sorry. He's got this thing called the Champion Survivability Calculator. So what you do is you go into the... Wait. Okay, yeah. So, did it go? I clicked the button. Maybe? What about this one? Oh, I have to sign in. Okay. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like the hellhades.com where you have to make a an account, but it's free. So you have the Champion Survivability Calculator. So what you can do is you put in your champion's stats. So let's say you've got Ninja, you've got Skull Crusher, you've got I don't know who else you have. You put in all your champions, and then you put in their stats, their HP, their defense, whether or not they'll have a shield for the AoEs, and how much that shield is worth, I think. I don't know. I haven't messed with it that much. Like I said, I want to make sure I got this down before I make a guide on it. And then you mark whether or not they'll have a shield for the stun. You mark whether they have these masteries, blastproof, delay death, and whether or not they're going to be taking the stun. And then you mark whether they have ally protection or not, and if so, which champion is ally protecting them. And you do that for the AoE 1, AoE 2, and the stun. Do that with all your champions. And then whether or not they have any of these buffs. Increased defense, strengthen, perfect veil, etc. And then you hit calculate. Well, I didn't fill out the whole thing, but it'll tell you once you put that in what turn you can survive to. So if you're trying to figure out who's going to be better, Rearguard Sergeant or Taragi, you can put it in with Rearguard as you have her built, and then switch it to Taragi and see if that gives you more survivability. And if it's about the same, what you can do then is go to this right here, the Clan Boss Simulator, and this will do the exact same thing. So let's say with Taragi you survive till turn 46. So right here you go you're going to survive till turn 46, and then it'll simulate your damage with Taragi. And you can switch it to Rearguard and do the same thing, and it'll tell you, like, it's pretty accurate within like 1,000,000 damage or so. Like, it runs the simulation, and it'll tell you how much damage you could do. So first, you do the survivability calculator. I know this is really intense and really overwhelming probably, but it's worth doing. So you do the survivability calculator to see how long you can survive with each champion. And then once you figure that out, whoever, you go into the damage simulator, and then it'll tell you, like, it'll give you an idea if that would indeed be an upgrade for your account. So you know whether it's worth it to invest in that champion or not. It's very, very cool. So I will link this in chat for you if you want to check it out. Again, I do plan on doing a guide on this stuff, but I'm still learning it myself. But I definitely think this needs to be brought to the public attention because it's a very, very powerful and valuable tool. So like once I'm a little bit more comfortable with it, I definitely plan to do a guide on it. Could a 3-2 speed tune get a 2-key Ultra Nightmare? I imagine it could. It would depend on your stats and the champions you're using. I think a champion like Frozen Banshee would be really good in a 3-2 speed tune because she would go poison sensitivity, poison every cycle. Or wait, once every 2 turns. Yeah, she'd put up tons of poisons. I don't know. I've never built a 3-2 speed tune. I've only ever done like 1-to-1 or like before I had my Unkillable team, I did a 4-3, like one champion on a 4-3. And then this is like a 2-1 with 2 champions on a 3-1. But it depending on the champions and depending on your gear, I'm sure you could. I don't want to say yes, absolutely, go for it. I promise you'll get there because I can't, I don't know what your gear looks like. I don't know what your champions look like. But you could use that Clan Boss simulator that I was just showing everybody to plug everything in and see what the numbers would look like. I think it's integrated with Deadwood Jedi and hellhades.com because when I go there, hold on, let me click the link. It'll be easier. Open a new tab. Where did I see it? Oh yeah, okay. So I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back, Hell Hades team, HH Gaming rebuilt Deadwood Jedi's website. And if you look at this is set up almost exactly the same way as hellhades.com and deadwoodjedi.com. And if you look at this, I would have to put everything in. But if you look at the screen, the thumbnail here, you can see it uses Deadwood Jedi's calculator. I think all of these systems have been integrated. I think Hell Hades team like synced all these things together so they function. Because you could actually use this Clan Boss simulator to like, not only will it give you the damage, but you could use this as like the same way you use Deadwood Jedi's Clan Boss calculator. And he's also got an Iron Twins simulator. So if you're trying to build an Iron Twins team and like get it speed tuned, you can use this calculator to help you build an Iron Twins team. If you're just really craving you really got the itch and you want to pull some shards, you got the shard simulator here. Yeah, and the offer calculator tells you if the offer's worth buying or not. But it's a really cool website. And if you guys don't remember, this was the guy who like blew the lid off the Ally Protect meta. Like, we've known Ally Protect is good in Clan Boss for a really long time, but this was the guy who like really broke it down and brought to light how powerful Ally Protect is. It was this guy right here. And he came on to Hell Hades stream to showcase his team. And that's kind of like, after that, everybody got in on it, I guess. Well, the problem with whining on Discord until someone builds your team for you is if you do that in my Discord, I might just ignore you. Like, I don't mind helping people. If you want to ask for some help or some guidance, I will give you guidance. I will hold your hand. But I'm getting to the point where I refuse to help people who aren't even willing to help themselves. So, like, if you can show me that you're trying and you're struggling, like, send me screenshots of the calculator and like, hey, this is what I've got. I can't get it to work. Is there something that I can do differently? Like, sure, I'll help you. But if you're like, hey, what's the best team I can build? These are my champions. I'll offer you a suggestion, maybe, depending on how much free time I have that day and if I'm bored or not. But like, if you're not willing to help yourself to some degree, I'm not going to hold your hand and do it for you. Hey, what's up, Benny? I'm back too. I got disconnected midstream a while back. And like as soon as I turned, like I was trying to reconnect for several minutes and I was like, okay, I guess my internet's just out, whatever. So I clicked the stop streaming button and I went on to like make a community post to let people know that I disconnected from stream. And by the time I was finished posting it, my internet was back on. So if I would have just waited like another 30 seconds, it probably would have been fine. Yeah, my goal isn't to hold everybody's hand. My goal is to make guides that teach people how to help themselves. So you can become a better Raid Shadow Legends player. And ideally, if I do my job correctly, eventually you'll get to a point where you don't need me anymore. You'll learn how to do it yourself. And then at that point, you'll just be watching my videos for entertainment. And to support me for teaching you, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if I do my job right, eventually one day you won't need me anymore. That's my goal, to teach people how to do it on their own. Yeah, if you can get to 24, you can definitely 3 key. For sure. And Taragi might just be that upgrade you need, man. Getting those poisons on his passive could be what puts you over the edge, especially against Affinity Clan boss, because Taragi's passive functions similarly to Geomancer's, where it triggers each time he's dealt damage. So against Void right here, this hits one time, and that hits one. My key's over. But against Affinity, this skill hits 4 times, and this skill hits 3 times. So you're taking hits far more like frequently, so you're getting more passive triggers on Taragi and Geomancer. I think you said you had Geomancer too, if I recall correctly. Maybe not. I don't remember 100%. It was a while ago. But Taragi, Shadowkin, my throat's getting dry from all this talking. So when attacked, has a 50% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. Occurs once per hit. So on the clan boss's, what is it, A3, he'll hit 4 times, and so you have a chance to place 4 poisons. The chance happens 4 times, and then on his A2, he hits 3 times. So then you have 3 chances to place it. So you might actually end up dealing more damage on not Void. And same thing with Geomancer. Oh, I guess I didn't have the chest. I'll have it tomorrow. Hey, what's up? You kind of tuned in at a bad time. I'm getting ready to log off. Wait, why is that portal glowing? What's happening here? Didn't we just have him as a fusion? What is this? I mean, I didn't fuse him. I wasn't playing it. I was taking a break. But I I've already got plenty of champions that kind of do what he does. I guess now that live arena is a thing, it wouldn't hurt to have more than one. All right. I'm going to do one more dragon run since I have 20 energy. Then I'm going to call it a night. And if I fail, I'll remember to screenshot it and send it to Plarium this time. Yes, I would agree with that, Benny. To some extent. Oh, so you do have Geo. Okay, cool. Very good. So yeah, I know you said you can like 4-key Void, but you might actually do more damage against Affinity. So if I were you, Reed, I would try to find a clan who kills Ultra Nightmare every day and start getting 2 Ultra Nightmare chests. And actually, hold on. We're supposed to be like recruiting in our clan, but we haven't kicked out all the dead weight yet. We're still sitting at 30 members. I asked my clan leader to like make me a clan deputy so I can, if he didn't want to kick the people who didn't participate in CVCs, I could. But we're still currently at 30 members, so I can't send you an invite. I was going to say my clan, if you can do like 100K in CVC, we'd be happy to have you. And we kill Ultra Nightmare every day. But right now the clan's full. The plan was we had like 8 people who barely did 10,000 points for CVC. And we're supposed to kick him out, but he never did. So I was like, if you don't want to do it, I'll do it. And he didn't promote me, so I can't do it either. But maybe if I message him. Oh, 60K? Well, maybe someday in the future. Like maybe once you start getting more books from Ultra Nightmare every day, you'll be able to put up more points. And then, but yeah, for the time being, I would highly recommend finding a clan who kills Ultra Nightmare every day. And it's actually incredibly easy to find an Ultra Nightmare clan. If you go to global, go to channel 1, select channel, and type Ultra Nightmare player looking for clan, and you'll get like 20 invites in 5 seconds. Just type that, Ultra Nightmare player looking for clan in channel 1. And I swear, like at least 3 clans will send you an invite in the first 5 seconds. You'll never feel so wanted in your life. Like, ooh, so many people want me. It happened to me one time. There was some drama went down in my clan, and I was like, screw this. So I left. And I posted that, like, 2-key Ultra Nightmare player looking for clan. And then I got invite. Yeah. Channel 1, type that. You'll find a new clan. Instantly. Anyway, good luck with that. Thank you all for watching. It is now time for me to retire. I need to come up with a better sign off. Just now, this is just awkward. I'm trying to think of something else to say. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for contributing to chat. Thank you for watching. And until next time, happy raiding.